GearWebsites.com is your source for firearms-based playing cards and books. We also have mugs, shirts, and posters with designs that we've made live. Of course, we have patches. Every Friday is Free Patch Friday. We appreciate your support. Thank you for shopping at GearWebsites.com. And welcome whoever's watching us tonight. It's like Roy's joining us. Good evening. Going to be taking a look at the auction here as soon as I can click enough buttons to get it up on the screen. I can't figure out why I'm missing my audio tonight, but I guess we'll deal with that. I think I'm still here, but I'm not hearing the little beepy things that I'm normally used to hearing to let us know that the auction's going. So I'm going to refresh and see if that makes a difference. Yeah, I'm still not hearing the beeps. So do I have my audio turned on? No. So I'm not sure why I'm not hearing the beeps. We got a couple of interesting things right off the bat. An 1897 16 gauge. That would be kind of interesting. $510. Wow, this little trunk is 15 bucks. Wonder how big that thing is. It's pretty cool. Imagine somebody's making oh, that's pretty big. Somebody's making a buck on that. Elephant sculptures. What's that elephant doing? Smoking a bong? There's an elephant smoking a bong on here. Hey, I guess that elephant's free to do what it wants to do. We're going to go to look down and see what our stuff is going for. Got a couple more elephant things. Must be an elephant night. What do we got going on here? Surplus 45 ACP. Bunch of pennies. Ooh, African bows and arrows. Congo, old African bow and arrows and 3 spears. Let's see what that's going for. $70. I guess that's fair. There we go. Now we got some beeping. Now we got some beeping happening. Racing stickers and press passes. What? This looks cool. Damn, that's super cool. Dang, that's super neat. Goodrich. Camel GT Challenge. Those are sweet. Those are some sweet items. How much is that going for? $30. Got a AK going for $690. The PSEK GF4. Guessing it's fairly new. Native American dance. What is this? Mecca. Painted wood mask. Who makes these? Oh, Alaska. Alaska. Native American, born in 1948, Coast, Shala, something carved. Artist created the hair. Interesting. Carved cedar wood, hand painted. Maybe it's Washington. Hard to say. Somewhere on the Pacific coast, though. Someplace that eats salmon, I'll bet. Babylonian tablet. What? That's super cool. Two ancient items. One is a fossilized white or whalebone scraper, and Yale University documented Babylonian collection tablet mounted on a clear stand. Babylonian collection, Sterling Memorial Library, New Haven, Connecticut. It's from Tehran, Iraq. From 2000 BC. Holy crap. That's as old as some of the people we know. 2000 BC. That might be the oldest thing on there that they've seen in it for a while. Bunch of cast miniature toys. What? Those look cool. Those safety pins and stuff look cool too. And then that's some kind of bow and arrow kit. Damn, that's all kinds of cool shit. How much is that? $55. I guess that's fair. Not a lot of beeping for some reason tonight. Vintage Beatles magazines. You would think the ghost would want these things. I guess not. What do we have there? Mail slots, brass covers. Oh, that's a whole series of them. Dang. Oh, this is the whole box and everything. Cool. All right, what else do we got? Oh, a wind cow skull, $45. Oh, it's all fancy. $762 by $39 on S-gas clips. What? I didn't see that before. Nice. We'll just be saving that image as. Thank you very much. Oh, nice. Save that image too. Very nice. I wouldn't shoot it. I would hold on to that. Let's see. FN 509. Bolt action 22. Hair scent. Coca-Cola bottle opener. Oh, they got a bunch of guitars on this one. I forgot about that. Ocean shark figurines. That's pretty neat. $35 for those shark things. African art wood pottery sculpture. Something else. Huh. I don't know what these are. Some kind of wall art, I guess. Maybe it's some kind of shield. Probably wall art. That's pretty interesting. Little cap. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's probably underneath the elephant. All right. $105. Let's see. Signed football photographs, signatures of NFL players. Out of 12 steel AK magazines and pouches. So what kind of pouches are these? Yeah, those look like Soviet pouches to me. USMC. Man, why did they put all these pouches together? That is crazy. All right, well, people are going to do what they're going to do. How much is that going for? $190 for 4 of them. So that's like $50 a pop. That seems like a deal. I don't know about you. That seems like a deal to me. Insomnia Clock of New York. The MCK Glock Micro with a brace. Teddy bear campfire set. Okay. Mossberg 22. All right, so going down a little bit further, a lot of military vintage patches. That's pretty interesting. How much is that come from? $25. That's his knife. There's one of my bayonets going for $65. That is a completely unique bayonet, very difficult to get a hold of. I don't know how many people have G36s, but AK collectors. If you've got a collection, that's an important one to get. Very difficult one to get. Set of cow horns, $130. I've seen cow horns like that, longhorn cow horns, go for as low as $5 before and as high as a lot of money before. So that's interesting. Porcelain elephants, those are super nice. This is a really nice elephant collection tonight. More of those post office mailbox doors. Dang, those things are always cool. I wonder what to do with them, but not too many projects in the works for these, but man, those are cool. Another one of my German bayonets, 35. That one's more of a common one. Be curious to see what it goes for. A Chinese one of those went for like 100 something last time. Large lot of Simpsons figurines. So Simpsons toys. Huh, what are those worth? $75. They must be worth something. Some Himmel figures. Oh, snap. 350 rounds of Finnish Lapua ammo. Nice. I got a couple of boxes of this, I think. No, maybe I don't. I don't know. Hey, I would definitely enjoy a box of that. I don't need the whole box, just a box, the empty piece of cardboard box, and a round or two for my collection if anybody gets that I know. That's pretty neat. They didn't note the date of it, but I'd be curious. Pretty cool. All right, how do you get out of here? Back to catalog. No, I'll just close out of this. So let's see. Oh, some kind of a thing for putting on a tap. The knobs you put on the tap. Antique treadle sewing machine. I should quit doing that and just click on them. Oh, this is the whole sewing machine. I would really like to have one of these just to try sewing on, but I'm not going to buy it. $35. Dang. If I was reckless, I would buy that. Oh, snap. Raisin Power. The Kid, a legacy of divestiture. Break up big oil, divestiture. Nice. Thanks for switching to Burger King. Did you apple pie today? Carter and Mondale. We know how burgers should be. Let's talk tires. Oh man, those are some excellent freaking buttons for sure. If anybody's got a button collection, that's definitely a button collection. $30. There's a Taurus. Then we got some Turkish copper pitchers. I should probably get one. Let me go. Do I got any water cooking right now? Oh, I do have some water cooking. Dang it, I'm going away half my water. I'm blaming Nancy Pelosi for that. I'm chewing peanuts right now, but hold on. Sorry, being rude. I just went over there and grabbed some peanuts when I was going to check on my coffee. But Pot of Gold is out there saying thanks for posting these. Yeah, I do not mind at all. This has been a lot of fun. This was my last auction of a series here for a while. And yeah, I've been enjoying selling some parts kits on the auctions, and then a bunch of bayonets. Literally kept me going here the last couple of months. So thank you very much for that. Like I said, this is series of Bayonet ones that we've done, and really looking forward to how these come out. Help us get to SHOT Show. Looking forward to what we're able to do next year. So there's another of the AK ones. It's up to 35. That's a German Type 2. There's a bunch of ammo. Two African bronze sculptures. Giraffes this time. That's kind of a cool pattern. Bronze, eh? So they must cast these things. I wonder what they're using for bronze. Maybe a bunch of old military stuff, some brass or something. But yeah, thanks for having the auctions. These are a lot of fun to watch, and I've been buying stuff on them. I've been selling stuff on them. I was going through receipts here, getting ready to get everything put together for the year, taxes and everything, and definitely done a bunch of auctions up there. This one looks pretty neat. Bison, porcelain bison. It's kind of cool. It's pretty neat. I don't think I've seen something like that before. BizKit figurines, interesting. Bunch of $2 bills. 25 $2 bills is $100. No, it's not. It's $50. So I say that's $100, and it's only $50. You're losing money, but that's about even. 26 pounds and 9mm. Got a bunch of guitars tonight. I'm not used to these little cans of 30 caliber ball M2. Yeah, that's for M2. This is for the carbine. This is M1 carbine ammo. An 8-round clip bandoliers for the M2 carbine. But those are pretty neat. Those are usually super expensive. Last time I see one of those sell, yeah, it was like $300. So 195. So what you'd expect to see. Antique metal weight spring scale. Oh, that's not that big, is it? What's neat is the last one will always be, this thing's the size of a business card, so that actually is pretty big. Gives you some scale. 20 pounds of 45 ACP. Bunch of stamps. I don't see stamps very often. So this is Armor's kit, a bunch of Bayonet parts that I thought I'd put up and see how, if these collectors are interested. This is the kind of stuff that very difficult to obtain. And at this point, I'm losing money on them, but we'll see. We've got a while before those come up. Chinese bone snuff bottle. I like that little Buddha. Is that a bottle or is it just a little Buddha? Yeah, it's just a little Buddha. Is it a Buddha or is it just a wrestler? Those little bottles are pretty neat. Let's see. Terracotta Chinese figures. Italy wax seal kit. Oh, those are neat. I have got a seal from China with, I guess, my name on there for making letters or whatever. That must be the traditional way of smushing envelopes in China. Or it's what they sell to tourists, I guess. British 303. Look at this can. Dang, that's cool. I don't know if I've ever seen that thing before. Wood ones are kind of hard to see because you don't see them very often. Whatever the metal thing is inside is usually what lasted. That's pretty cool. I don't really collect 303 stuff, but I like cases and cans. If I had a big warehouse, I would definitely want that ammo can, or that ammo crate, I guess. Fire extinguisher trash can. Dang, that's cool. You know what I would use this for? Putting spent brass in. That's an old fire extinguisher. Very neat. How much is that? $80. It's probably worth more than that in the copper. So that's a deal. Somebody's going to get a deal on that one. Painting rock music legends. Oh, I see. A painting of rock music legends. Ammo, approximately 2,000 rounds of 22. Approximately. I don't know, it's a bunch of boxes. Another guitar. Simpsons interactive figurines again. Somebody had a big Simpsons collection. Bunch of pounds of 45.70. Large vintage oil lamps. I used to have a bunch of those when I was little. Handmade Damascus folder. That looks pretty sweet. $55. People know what's up. Globe on a floor stand. I'm trying to remember if I saw this last time I was up there. I got a big globe, but it hangs from the ceiling. Tractors and trucks in the original boxes. I can hear my water over there making noise. I wonder if it's boiling yet. I think I still have more bayonets, so I'm going to keep going. I guess I should probably pop up to the top already and see what's cooking. Oh, there's all those. Oh, those things sold for $220. So that is 105, 110. So those things sold for $50 a pop. That seems like a crazy, crazy deal. Huh, I wonder what these things are worth. This looks like the kind of stuff I would read when I was a little kid. Not the Archie stuff, but I remember reading Porky Pig comics. Well, let's see. How long we got till the Bayonet comes up? $150 for this Mossberg. I got one like this somewhere. Similar, not exactly like this. We used to have these at camp though, so I've shot those a bunch of times. Foreign notes. I didn't see this one. Strange but true. There are 7 letters in each. Oh, this is the Kennedy Lincoln thing. Bunch of money from places. Bank of Israel. Places I don't know. Santa money. Yep, I don't know what half of these are. I'm always looking for a Mozambique money. I want some money from Mozambique. Let's see. Chinese vessels. 2 vintage patchwork quilts. Wow. Those are worth $175. I wonder if my grandma knows that was worth $145. She probably know. How much do I expect the G36 to sell for? I have no idea. So right now it says $65. It'll be the first one to go. A G36 is impossible to find. I've found exactly 2 in my entire time looking for bayonets, and this is one of them. I knew about it. Well, I bought one, and then I went and figured out what it was, and I went and bought the other one I knew about. And then I asked Walt if he had any others, and he never did. So I bought the last 2 he had, I think. So I don't know where else you're going to get them if you didn't get them from Walt. He imported them. And I'm sure Seabot imported more than a couple, but yeah, I've never seen them for sale anywhere. Of course, I never looked once I had them. All right, now we got some coffee. So that's a good question. I have no idea. This will help determine what the other one's worth, I guess, on what they are going for. But I'm not aware of anybody selling these things anywhere or any of them being for sale anywhere. So it'll be interesting to see. Last time, some bayonets went for some real money, and some of them went for extraordinarily inexpensively. So it's really hard to know what to find out, or we'll find out here in a bit. Um, Scrolling down, I still haven't gotten to all of them, I don't think. There's 300 and something auctions today, so they've had some auctions that are like 200, and this one's way up over 300, I think. So there's the red handled German, and I had to buy those off of somebody from overseas. I couldn't even find those in the U.S., so I'll definitely be upset if that thing goes for just $30 because that's worth a lot more than $30. But all you can do is watch at this point. Let's see. So then we've got some more Japanese stuff. It's kind of always try to dissect or CSI where the stuff came from. I assume all the stuff from certain things comes from the same people, just like all my German bayonets came from me. Maybe all this ammo came from one place. Hard to say. But, like all these Japanese things, they may have come from the same place. It's hard to say, but I'll bet you all those elephants came from the same place. Like this is some old cowboy stuff. Kit Carson, Coca-Cola. That's probably worth some money. Oh, it says Levi's on it. Too bad. Levi's is so anti-gun that I wouldn't touch anything Levi's. Ever. 42 pounds at 223. JC Higgins bolt action 12 gauge. Bunch of 30-06. There's another German. That one's a Type 1 AKM. That one's not such a big deal, so I'm not sure what that'll go for, if they're common or not right now, how many people want them. I imagine it's a factor of who's collecting bayonets and who wants a bayonet for their rifle. So I don't know who owns a G36 or just would like to have it, touch a G36, piece of a G36 or whatever like that. But I'm not aware of any G36s that did anything. So I think all the G36 bayonets were just, I have a Miami Vice comic. Oh, how much is that worth? Shit. Miami Vice is back during when Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was still black and white. You had the radioactive they were radioactive mutant adolescent hamsters. And then you had Miami Mice. Snap. That's a long time ago. Those are some cool ones. I wonder if they're worth anything. I don't know what the Shuriken is, but that looks cool. It's got a bunch of string stars on it. I don't know about all the... Oh, see, look, they got something about kangaroos here, too. So, which one was that? Oh, what does that say? Something preteen, something kung fu kangaroos. Dirty. It says like preteen, dirty jean, kung fu carouse. I think that's what it is. Crazy. So that's pretty interesting. That's a whole bunch of alt TMNT ones from back in the day. With like old Dennis the Menace, and that's something right there, Spider-Man or X-Man or something. Oh man, Miami Mice. I'm gonna go find out how much Miami Mices are worth. What is this thing cooking at right now? This thing, those are, where'd they go? $25. Damn, they're not even any money. So my SKS stock, bayonet, and rig. Oh, too bad Night Strike left. He might have wanted that. You have one, and they think they tried to sharpen the blade. Yeah, I think that happens on quite a few of them, though. I think they did that. I don't know, maybe trying to sell them as knives. Like, I think they may have done that intentionally, but not like some person. I think they may have done that in mass, but I don't know. I didn't know that. I just suspect that, and I haven't been keeping up enough to know if anybody's researched that. There's a lot of research over on the new forums that I haven't paid attention to. They don't like my collection. I'm too I have too many, and mine are too not nice a shape. Mine are too like I have regular condition ones. They like to have everything deluxe condition. So they're not, so they don't really appreciate my collection or what I've got to offer. I don't have any new insight. A lot of the new collectors know way more about Europe than I ever did, or my era of collecting ever did. So, looks like that Mossberg is still kicking. Bunch of lamps, some blank ammo, some rings. I think I'm going to turn off my fan and turn on my heater here. I guess the dog's done being bad, so I'm going to let him come up here. All right, you come up here. Come up here. Come up here. Come up here. Why you be a bad boy? Huh? Why you gotta be a bad boy for? Why don't you just be a good boy all the time? Always be a good boy. All right, now you come up here. He was bad earlier. Mix of foreign notes, coins. Oh, I looked at this one. Oh yeah, I was gonna look up Miami mice. I don't got anything on eBay right now because the SHOT Show's next week. Miami mice. Oh, I guess I should spell it right. Oh, it looks like they're only worth $4. We go down here and sold. $12 for all three. Rip-off comics, $7. $49. This one sold for $49. Let's see if they got any inside pictures of it. Oh, it's inside of some kind of thing. That's kind of what it looked like, though. I wonder if I got mine out there somewhere. I wonder if I got a premiere issue. I don't know which one I had. Like, I don't know how many there were. I guess there was 3. Yeah, I cannot remember which one I had. It was kind of a mess inside. I think that's what I remember. It wasn't that good, which is why it didn't take off for very long. I bet you there are very few of them, though, even if they don't have a lot of value. I bet you they're very rare because there can't be that many of them. How many people kept them? I don't even know if I kept mine. So it looks like right now that G36 is not that far out, and it is at 35 or $65 still. Let's see, the what is this? ER Squib. Copper protected. Oh, this is probably butt cream. Oh, for anesthesia. Ether. Nice. For knocking people out. It's like old-fashioned roofies. There's still liquid in the bottle. Yikes. $40. That's kind of neat. Old bottles are kind of cool. Old bottle labels, I should say, are kind of cool. I wonder what any of this stuff is. I've heard of the number 4 before. I don't know. I mean, that's just an upside down, like top master sergeant or top sergeant or something. I forget what the diamond means. This is just PFC upside down. This is some kind of Marines, I guess. I don't know what these are. This is something. This is upside down, but that's a eagle with a rifle and an anchor. That's obviously what that is. That, no idea. Is that a dragon smoking a pipe? Come on. Come on. How much did that go for? $25 still. That's either a good deal or not a good deal. Oh, snap. The G36 just popped to 90. Popped to 90. So that'll be curious to see what that ends up going for. So does that mean that there's one person looking at that G36 bayonet? Or does it mean there's a bunch of bayonet people in here? And now it just went to 105. So here's the deal. I'll say this again. If you grab this and you're a Patreon or watching this at least, or a channel member, or one of those things that's supporting what we're doing, we're going to hook you up. We're going to make sure that you got something extra coming. So let us know. Take us up on that if you want. 115. Now I feel a lot better. A lot better than I did when it was 65. What's it worth? No idea. No idea. But much happier having it go for 100 than 65. Apartment is saying 120. Okay, that's what you think it's going to end up going for. You still got a couple of minutes. 14 bids. I'm going to see if it tells me how many of those bids are when. Oh yeah, see, 2 of them just happened right now. So somebody's fighting over it right now. Went to 120. All right. So we'll see if any of these other names come up from before, and if they're all fighting for it. Oh snap! It did. Just got to 16 bids. All right, right on. Thank you very much, or whoever's bidding on this. Definitely impressed with that one. Let's see how far it goes. 130. Nice. All right, let's go down and check on these others. This one's still at 35. I'm going to have to keep checking back. This one's at 35. So it's not like there's a bunch of bayonet collectors jumping in. This could be just a G36 collector or a rare bayonet collectors that are fighting over it. Let's see how many people are fighting. Looks like there's just the 2 people fighting over it right now. So thank you for that. If you're one of the people listening right now, like I say, let me know when you win. I'll hook you up with something. I'm making an AK bayonet book. So eventually I'll have that ready to be published. Maybe I can get you a copy of it or something. I've got some extra German parts. Maybe I can sweeten the pot with some of the Chinese parts or something. Or not Chinese, German parts. I don't have Chinese parts. I have German parts. I guess I might have a Chinese part or 2, but they're not for trade right now. I have to figure out what they are first. I think the next slew of bayonets will be Chinese, though, after watching how well the Chinese performed in December up at the auctions. It looks like it might end at 130. It's got 20 seconds left. So whoever it is that was fighting over this has possibly decided, nope, they did not decide that that was the max. So now it is up to 140. Pretty awesome. What's it worth? I don't know. Some of the bayonets are worth 200 to 300, kind of on the regular, because they're so difficult to obtain and they complete a collection. In this case, there's quite a few Germans. There's at least 4 different German AK-47s because of the different rivets and styles of holder. I don't think there's that many Type 1s, and the only difference between the Type 2s are in the belt loop and in the red handles, and I have a red handle one coming up. So we're going to see if these are German collectors or if these are just G36 collectors. This G36, though, they took the Type 2 black bayonets and then just modified them into these. And I have no idea how many. I don't know. I don't have Martin's book right here. I don't remember if Martin said in the book. Sometimes he knew. He would write it. It was in the book if he knew. But then it's possible for people to have researched it after the fact. So now we've got the other German one coming up, which is a decent one. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not brand new, but it's not whaled on or nothing. And that one's sitting at $35. So drastic difference. That one just ended at 140. So I don't know whoever purchased that one. If you're listening, thank you. And like I say, if you're interested, I can help you out with that. If there's more that you're looking for as far as the stuff from the collection or whatever. The German one just went up to 45. That's pretty cool. I'm not sure what these are worth right now. So that one is definitely another question mark for me. I'm not sure what these Germans are worth. The next one that's coming up is a German Type 2. They labeled it AK-74, but whatever. It's essentially that one that the G36. Oh, you got the G36. Right on. Thanks, dude. So you've set precedent on how much they're worth. I'll tell you that. I don't know of anybody else who's selling one or sold one. I don't even know of another person. I knew maybe 2 people that had one in a collection. So there wasn't that many of them out there, and you've got one of them now. I don't have it. It's over at the auction, so they'll be sending it to you. But yeah, thanks very much for bidding and jumping in to watch it bid. Now this other AK-47, let me double check which one this is. So this one is the kind of the middle of the road. I had 3 of the 4. This one has the standard rivet. There's another one where they drilled the rivet out, and then there's a third that has a square, and then there's another one. I don't know. So this was sort of the middle one, and as far as German bayonets go, I think it's kind of tight. It's kind of middle of the road. It's not unused, and it's not worn out, and it's just sort of your typical 47. So that one's got about a minute left. I'm going to look down and see the next one is sitting at 35 also. I don't think you hear noises, obviously, when these other ones get bids. So the parts are at 15. That's a steal. So I paid way more than that for each of those scabbards, even a long time ago. So I can't imagine what they're worth. I don't think anybody's out there selling those. And then the red one, I'm also really curious to see what the red one goes for. It's at 30. That's very rare. Not as rare as the G36, I don't think. But for me, it was. It was more difficult for me to obtain the red ones than the G36. But I cheated by having the guy who imported the G36s here in Tucson. So next up is this one. It's got about 24 seconds left, and it's at $55. So these are kind of determining, these are helping me get to SHOT Show. Not necessarily, I won't get the funding before SHOT Show, but these will help me determine how much I can put on the credit cards type of thing. Oh snap, the German one just got another bid. I think at like 10 seconds or less. That was pretty crazy. So that's always fun to see something get a bid when you assume it's over. I didn't get to check out these Simpsons figurines. I keep selling Simpson stuff that I bought for $1. At the dollar store, they had these Simpson toys. I bought them for $1. And they keep selling for, I don't know, 10 or something. So it's making money. So something like these for 75, they must be worth something. Now, if they're each worth 50, that's somebody's making some money. If they're each worth 10, well, then some collector is getting a good deal, so I haven't had a chance to check that out. All right, so my German one here is about to end again. It's at 20 with 10 bids, so that's a good sign. At least there's some people bidding. This is 3 people bidding towards the end of the evening here, or while we're bidding tonight, so that's cool. I haven't been really paying attention to these elephant things, but here's an elephant thing that's about to go for $35. That doesn't seem like much. Okay, so that German AK-47 went for $65. What did I pay for that thing? Man, I don't remember. I might have paid like $40 or $50 for that one, so I don't think I made any money on that bayonet. There's certainly bayonets I'm making money on, because I've bought bayonets for $5 before, and they're worth like $40 or $50 today. So every time I'll sell one of those, I'll make some money. But some of these are just bayonets that I paid real money for. I just can't remember on every one of them. What is this? Old Chinese Japan Sake service. Huh. I wouldn't mind having that little abacus. That would be pretty sweet. That one I don't care about. I used to have a little metal abacus like that, so I wouldn't mind having a new one. What's this thing going for? $30? The G36s, I can't remember. Walt just had them for sale, so they were probably like $45 or something like that. I mean, They were like a bayonet, and he knew that they were different, and they were for a G36, but they weren't. Nobody has G36s that I'm aware of, so it wasn't like they were selling like hotcakes. I think they were like 45, but I'm trying to remember. 2006, I bought those, so they were not. I mean, they were real price, but I was collecting, and I knew that they were one out of Martin's book, and that they were a rare variant. And I figured I might as well grab two right away, and I'm glad I did because I like to take pictures of the front and back right away. Another picture or another box of 50 BMGs going. They had a ton of these at the auction house. Do you know who Walt is from C&T? What I keep talking about? I'm going to scroll down and take a look at the next bayonet that'll be coming up for auction. Is the Type 2, sort of the black one that the G36 is taken from, or from made off of. That's a pretty good picture right there, actually. And then this one is the standard size loop or standard size frog, and this one has just a standard serial number. Some of them, they got the serial numbers crossed out and a second number. This one just has one. Okay, so Walt, the guy I got that the G36 the guy I got that G36 bayonet from, is a really cool dude that has probably more Soviet and foreign country machine guns than, well, anybody I know, maybe more than anybody knows. His deal is he works for the Marines. He's a Marine. He was a Marine, and he works for the Marines, and he does their foreign weapons familiarization. So he effectively has a ton, and I mean a lot of foreign machine guns, and the Marines come, or he comes to the Marines come to him, whatever, I don't really know. But he shows, he lets them shoot these different machine guns. And he's a heck of a nice guy. He's a super cool dude. And when I started getting into AKs back in the 2005 era, he hooked me up. And as soon as I got into bayonets, he really hooked me up. He helped me find people that were collectors, and he's just a cool dude. He didn't have to. He was just nice. He didn't owe me nothing. I never bought nothing from him, really. But then once he hooked me up with people who were really into AK collecting, I got into the thing. And I was in a club with him and stuff, and he invited me to a bunch of shoots. So I got to shoot a lot of that stuff and then hang out, while I was hanging out with everybody. And then the last thing I'll mention is that when Chester Manning, a cool dude here in Tucson, was running for sheriff, we had a Democrat sheriff who wasn't anti-gun, but he wasn't pro-NFA. Does that make sense? So we had a guy who was running against the sheriff, and he was running kind of against him from, I think, the Republican or Independent. He wasn't running as a Democrat, and this Tucson is Democrat. So it was a tough fight. So what Walt did a fundraising effort for him, where he brought out all his machine guns and awesome shit, and then let people, I think it was like $10 a bag. I mean, this was years ago, so I don't remember, whatever a fair price for the bag of ammo. And it was just whatever ammo it was for the gun. So if it was 9mm, you got a bag of 9mm. If it was 30 caliber, whatever, you got a bag of that. But what it was, you got this bag of raw ammo, just loose ammo. And then you went over and loaded the magazine and everything, and then shot it. So instead of just being handed a magazine or something lame, this was very hands-on. And there was a bunch of families there. It was like a super cool event for everybody who wanted to help this guy run for sheriff and make some money for him. There was food and everything back in the back. This was at a private range that people know about here in Tucson that's pretty nice. And it was just an awesome event. And I think that lasted for 2 days, or he did it twice, I think. So Walt is just a heck of a cool dude who not only helped this guy run for sheriff in a very cool way and, raise money that way, but also just let so many people experience his collection. So any video you've seen on my channel of a weird gun being shot that's full auto, more than likely it's Walt. Or it was up at the Big Sandy shoot, which I guess I know people up there also. So I can't say everything I've seen, but most of the stuff you've seen, especially the old stuff, it would be like really old stuff from 2006 and stuff is all from that guy. So you couldn't have got a Bayonet. I mean, I had it for a minute, but Walt had it, and you couldn't have had a cooler dude import that gun for that Bayonet. So that Bayonet probably got imported with a bunch of full auto G36s, more than likely, that the Marines use. And that Bayonet probably just, wasn't needed or something. It got pulled off and sold. I'm assuming. I don't really know. But yeah, Walt's a super cool dude. Um, he's a fixture at every Arizona big gun show. Not at every single gun show, but every big gun show. Everybody knows who Walt is. So now he does a lot of, well, he sets up at gun shows mostly. He does a lot of other stuff too, but um, the foreign weapon stuff is just a really cool aspect or facet of what he does or he offers. And like I say, he shared that with so many people. Such a cool dude. Let's see, Mike is saying I used to do a lot of eBay bidding and learned a lot of tricks. I buy stuff once in a while, but I sell stuff a lot too. So I definitely enjoy these kind of things. And I bought a lot of stuff off of Pot of Gold that I've been put on eBay. I don't have much on eBay right now because of SHOT Show next week. I don't want to have stuff ending while I'm there, kind of thing. So right now I'm just kind of stuck, and it's frustrating because I need money really bad. So these, as these bayonets are ending, I really appreciate it. These are helping me with the last bills. I got a pile of bills, and kind of everything got priority. So at this point, I'm still not quite going to SHOT, but I'm getting really close, and these auctions are helping a lot. And these will help determine how much, if it's just out of sight, or if it's out of reach, or if it's, if there's something I can do to get there. I just can't keep putting stuff on credit cards all the time. So this next one looks like it's about to come up into the runnings here. There it goes. Oh, snap. What was this? What was this? From the Mint Hotel in Las Vegas. That's pretty neat. So that's silver. And what's it going for? $30. If I was buying money or stuff like that, silver, I'd buy that one. Just because I like the Mint Hotel. It sounds cool. So this is, again, the one that they made the G36 off of. Now, this one, I got no idea where I got this. Probably in Phoenix, but I have no idea where I got this. German AKM Type 2s like this were a dime a dozen for a long time. So these were everywhere, very common, at least in Arizona. So I ended up buying, I probably have 4 of these or something, but because this was one I liked to jam on stuff and ruin because they didn't cost that much and I didn't care, and I figured they were cheap enough to ruin. So if I was going to do something dangerous with it, like throw a AK with a bayonet on it at a wall or a tree or something, I was going to use a German bayonet. They also looked like a Yugoslavian. So for pictures and stuff, a lot of people would get a couple of Germans and act like it's a Yugoslavian. I never had to do that, but I know people have done that. If you have a Yugo AK, it looks right. The only difference between a Yugo and a German is the serial number, the wrist strap, and the scabbard. So if you put the German bayonet on a Yugo, no one's going to tell the difference, except for some of us. Most people ain't going to tell the difference. Yugos were almost the cheapest bayonets you could get for a long time, though. So it wasn't really to any advantage to buy a German one to do it. But we'll see. This one at this point is at $40. So like I say, they were fairly common. So that one might not be all that. If there's German collectors out there or bayonet collectors out there, they may not need that bayonet. Or maybe they just don't like Type 2s. Or they're saving up all their scratch for this red one. I'm going to check and see how much the red one's at. The red one's still at 30. Like that's, that one's still, I'm biting my nails on that one. I'm hoping that'll be worth more than that. I've also got some other stuff. I got a taser out there, and I've got a Chinese SKS stock with a bayonet and a chest rig, kind of a set to see how that goes up there. Man, that silver coin is still at $30. How much is a 1.3 ounce piece of silver worth? I think there was some races or something that happened at the Mint. That's why I remember it. Like off-road races or something that they sponsored or they ran them or something. So it looks like this one is at 45. Let's see how many people are bidding on this one. Well, these are 2 people bidding on this one. They're not bidding hard though. So I don't know. Like I say, a collector nowadays, you might want a couple of Germans if you're trying to fake Yugo. Otherwise, I don't know if how many collectors collect 2 of everything. Otherwise, maybe these are just people buying them for their guns. In that case, you're not going to get a cooler looking bayonet than a German because it's all black. I mean, I guess if you like Bakelite, you're not going to like it. But if you just want a bayonet to look cool, the black ones look the coolest. It's not in bad shape. That's just cosmoline and crap all over the blade. If you wipe all that off, it looks clean. I just never wipe my bayonet blades off. Oh, somebody just bid on it again, 50 bucks. Shefire's saying, I don't know about this stuff. Could I make a direct donation? I appreciate it. You've done a bunch of super chats, so I'm going to say thanks for that. But I've got something else I'm going to mention to you that save that intent, if you would. And I'm going to try to set something up here, if it's possible, in the next few days. But we've got a lot of collaboration going on with that conversation with Clover each week. And I've been trying to get something set up. So we're basically going to continue on that Tuesday show. I think Clover will stick with me on that. Let's see. So Brooke is out there. Good evening. Was it a long time ago? What was a long time ago? Let's see. What else am I missing? This thing is at about 30 seconds, and it's at 55 bucks. Like I say, I can't remember what I would have paid for that one back in the day. Probably 20-ish bucks. You know, if I needed it, if it was complete, but maybe more like 10 or something if it was messed up or if it was missing some parts or something. The Germans always had all their parts, so, or I mean, they always made all the parts. Some countries didn't even bother making all the parts or all the components to it. And it looks like that one will go with 8 bids at 50 bucks. Thanks whoever bought that one. So that's 3 of them, I think. And then this next one will be the parts, I think. Scrolling down, it looks like it'll be a little while here for this next one, unless I missed them already. The next one will be the red handle for 30 bucks. Or did I miss the parts? And then a German Type 1. Now, German Type 1s, again, those kind of have been common, but then I don't know if they're common anymore. So I guess I missed the parts. They must be closer up here. So when this Matchbox collection is $15, I gotta imagine this is just too cool looking to not be worth it. It's gotta be worth around $15. That's what I'm saying. My grandpa had a matchbook collection, and I never did anything with it. It drove me nuts. I feel like I should have put it on like cork board or something, like maybe a big piece of cork or something like that, and stuck them all on there with some kind of pins. Oh, I didn't see that either. 55 bucks. All right, I'm trying to find my parts in here. There they are. So these parts got a little while to go. And then I'm going to look at this and see what this is all about. Oh, this is fake. All right, so half the stuff they got on here is new. Half the stuff they got on here is old. So, I mean, this is made by somebody in Tuba City, so it's new, it's real, but it's modern. Out here in Arizona, we'll find both. You know what I mean? You can get both kinds of stuff, old stuff and the new stuff. Okay, 223 is out there. Good evening. Oh, so Brooke was saying that Mike's on all the time. What I do is I'm sitting here constantly working, and I'll have my one window open, and it'll, basically let me know when something's going live, and then I'll just turn it on. Mr. Bill was bidding on that German one. Right on. Thank you. Will I put up another collection of 7.62 by 39 ammo to bid, or could I just buy some? I'm going to do both, actually. Thanks for the question. I just need to have time to go through the ammo. I consider it like very low priority because I feel like that's what I want to do. And if I'm having fun, it can't be good. So I'll put that off for a bit until after shot at least, but probably a bit after that. And then my goal, because I've got these, the ammo collection trays now. I really want to do another one and fill a collection tray. I definitely have enough boxes of ammo to put that kind of samples out there. So the answer is I'll definitely put a collection up. I'll probably put one up on auction that's like really elaborate just to have some fun. And I do appreciate Pot of Gold Auctions helping me out with this all the time. So I probably will put one up there. But I'm also going to try putting them up on a store that I'm going to build here this year. So I will have like a big collection at auction, but then smaller collections that are just available to purchase. Because it's kind of pointless. There's no collectors that are going to wait around for the auction. You know what I mean? So I'm going to try to make it possible for people to buy like 10 at a time or something. 10 Chinese or an assortment of 10 different kinds or 10 Russians or whatever it is, and come up with a bunch of small sets that are all like 10 or so that they don't break the bank and so that they're easy to ship and everything. And then make those available kind of all the time on the store. Looks like somebody just bid on the parts. They're up to $20. If I remember right, I think I used to pay 10 something for more than 10 for those scabbards. And I don't know why. I'm not keeping all this stuff, but I really enjoyed having raw parts that weren't even opened or whatever. I just thought that was a cool thing to have as part of the collection. I don't know if other people value that kind of thing in the collection. So this is where out in the field, if something broke on your gun, the armorer would have a big chest, like a Foot Locker looking thing, full of parts. And these are parts that are horked out of that replacement parts set. So that's a scabbard that's all wrapped up in kind of like oil paper. And then that's both types of scabbards, the Schnettel Complast and the Schnucken Complast. So both types. And then 3 hangers that are out of this big bag of hangers that I had. German hangers used to be dime a dozen. I have no idea if they're still around anymore, but there was these bags of 25 that were everywhere. And so people would sell them bags of 25, or they would bust them open and sell you a handful for a few bucks. And no one valued them because they were just everywhere. And people were mostly using them to fix or make replacement parts for their other bayonets. But I have no idea if that stuff, I'm assuming that stuff dried up. Like everything else, it's Cold War, so it only made so much of it. There was one of these over at Tucson Guns, and you didn't have it open, but I knew what was in there, and I always wanted that can. So whoever buys this, I'm sure you're buying it for the can, but if by any chance you buy this and shoot all the ammo out of it like some kind of weird rich person, I'll take that can off you, because that can is super cool. So if you don't know, so that's a business card. That's not a very big can. It's like half the size of a normal ammo can. So it's super cool. The parts are still sitting at 20. Let's go down. Oh, wait, what was this one about? Antique comic. Oh, snap. Somebody had a button collection. These are super cool. Oh, come on. These buttons got to be worth something. You're telling me these buttons ain't worth nothing? So, I don't know the name of any of these. Orphan Annie. Let's go find an Orphan Annie button. And then we'll go down to sold already. Oh, there's that one right there. Is that it right there? Some small sweater. Is that what that says? Oh, this doesn't say nothing. All right, what am I sorting by here? Let's sort by ending recently. How about highest first? $45. And let's see how many of them are in here. So that is for 12 of them. These are from Kellogg's. So that must be what these things are. So 12 of these were $45. How much are these going for? Oh, 85. Somebody knows what these are worth. I'll bet you that one political pin is worth something too out of there. I don't know what these guitars are worth. I used to have one like this. Oh, not a left-handed one though. I don't think left-handed people are allowed to play guitars. I feel like they're going to play it backwards, like the songs are going to go backwards or something. But in today's liberal culture, and any kind of handed person can play a guitar. Let's see. Oh, sorry, I haven't been reading out here. I've been trying to collect vintage 762 since my dad got me into it. I'd be totally interested in getting something. Let me know. All right, right on. Well, I'm going to do a bunch of small sets. So that way, you know, if somebody wants to get this or that, because that's the thing. I've got a ton of boxes and they all got 30 in there. So I can make like 20 sets out of there easy. I just don't want to make them all so huge that somebody who doesn't need everything doesn't have to pay for stuff they're not looking for. And then, you know, make them affordable. Only left-handed people are in their right mind? Yeah, I guess. Let's see. Oh, yeah, thanks for Woods for dropping a link there. I definitely am on the Instagrams. So the parts are up to $20. That's a super deal. Super deal. And you'll be the king of the collections because I bet you that many people don't have those. I'm just guessing that many people don't have them. Unless I'm wrong and like something like Noomrich is selling them all the time. I'm not sure. Let's go try to find out. German AK Bayonet Scabbard. Coleman's. Well, that's that Bayonet for 34 out of stock. That's the problem. Every time you find one of these, they had them for a minute, but now they're out of stock. It's up to 20 still. See, I don't see anything that's like the still wrapped versions of them. This is what it looks like when you peel it out of there, though. This is what the stuff looks like when you open it. It looks kind of like a piece of corn tamale or whatever. Oh, here's somebody that opened up a whole bunch of them. That's nice of them. Going back, 20 bucks. So I guess the people who are bidding against you aren't bidding on everything German. They're just bidding on the fancy bayonets. So is that because they're making their collection, or I mean their rifles complete? That's the question. If I had more time, I'd be clicking into some of these stamp things because I'd like to find a Mozambique stamp that's got an AK-47 on it. I think I'd pay 15 bucks for a whole book of stamps if it had a Mozambique in there, because then I could sell the rest of the book of stamps on eBay for whatever I paid for it. At least that's my theory. I'm going to try to do that. And then I'll get a Mozambique stamp for nothing. Let's see. Whoever buys that, oh, I can't do that with this one. Whenever I sell my, which ones were those? Oh, wait, hold on. No, I can't. Wait, what was it? I have an envelope from somebody who sent me something from Iraq one time. I think it was Iraq. Oh, no, it was a blanket. It wasn't a bayonet. But I put it in with my bayonets. I have this envelope, though, that's got a bunch of stamps from like Iraq or someplace where this guy sent me a prayer rug from. And I just thought that was cool as hell. I had another guy send me the hats that they make out of camels. You know, it's not a beret, but it looks like kind of like a beret. Those hats from the Middle East, and we got the package from that. That was super cool. There you go. I think those are yours, right? G20 or whoever that was. That was Mr. Bill. Did you just grab those? So that was a failure for me. That was probably less than what I paid for all that stuff, but I'm glad you got that. Thanks for bidding on it. Let's see. So the next thing is going to be, that's only 15 bucks for this stuff. You got a whole bunch of different stamps. I guess people don't write letters and stamp things the way they used to. Right on. A mental health first aid class today. What's all that about? Stoneware and beer mugs. Huh, 15 bucks. I see beer mugs all the time at thrift stores, but I grew up around them, so for some reason I don't see the value in them or whatever. This thing looks pretty cool. It's in a weird holster, but it looks pretty cool. All right, the next thing up will be the red. Come on. Will be the red-handled German, I believe, and that's the nail biter. I kind of assumed that the red-handled one would be the other big money one in this auction because it's so rare. But it's been sitting at 30 bucks. So evidently, it may not be as valuable to collectors as a completely almost unique bayonet might be. And then beyond that, I mean, like I say, I've only seen two. The two that I ordered from Germany or wherever I ordered them from, cheated. I bought them from somebody instead of finding them at a gun show. Almost everything else I find at gun shows and stuff. But those I cheated and bought. This one is at 25. I don't know what that'll go for. And then this is that SKS stock and bayonet. That's at 50 right now. So that'll help out. And then I got this taser over here, and that's at 100, so that'll help out. So at this point, it is really up to this bayonet. If this thing goes for 30, it's like I'm taking it in the guts. Or if that thing goes for more, then it might be pretty good. We'll see. What does this say? Small vintage desk items. Oh, those are matches, I bet. Oh man, this is all kinds of neat stuff. So, I don't know why they say desk items. This is a cool thing you stick on a map and then you drag it around and it tells you how far you went. This is a 13-key chromatic pitch master key for singing to the choir. And then this, what is that? Matchboxes, Highland Park Bank. Transparent, oh no, that's gummed patches, transparent tape, paper clips, gummed labels, stamp container, and key tags. Interesting. Is that swag from back in the day? I don't know what all that stuff is. What do you think? Jewelries. A stereoscope. How many people have played with one of these? I used to play with one of these when I was a little kid. I had an old kind of fragile wooden one, and then, I don't know, stacks and stacks of these cards. So I would look through them all the time. I don't know what happened to it. Somebody probably threw it away or something. I've never seen these ones that are all, oh, that's just looking through a bar. I was like, I don't know what that's all chopped up for. Ours were cooler than this, though. And I'm pretty sure we had color ones, too. Maybe we did. I thought we had color ones, too. So those are $75. No, I wish we would have kept them. We would have sold them. That's that scarf. I don't know nothing about coins, but I feel like somebody's making some money on some coins in this whole situation. Looking. You know what I'm not hearing is any of those dings or bells going off. So Wow, that fire extinguisher garbage can went to $80. There's a bunch of costume jewelry. $100. Wow. Oh, these are nesting tables. That's kind of cool. That kind of thing right there, like there's no way you can just go buy that today. It's got to be worth $50 or worth more than $50, I would think. But the shipping and all that, I imagine. All right, so the next one will be this Bayonet coming up in a bit. We found a binder of over 50 foreign notes. Will there be something from Mozambique in here? There's already writing I can't read. That's a good sign. I also can't read any of this, but that says Mexico. I guess I can read that. Oh, Pakistan and Singapore. It's not Australia. I don't think I've ever seen Australian. That's pretty cool looking. All you got to do is write cave painting on a piece of yellow construction paper, and you can essentially counterfeit Australian money. So no wonder Australia is an island. Come on. American traffic sign. So essentially, you could go just hork stop signs and put them up at auction and make $30 every time you hork a stop sign. So FYI, if you need some money, go grab like 10 or 30 stop signs, put them up at auction. No big deal. Vintage mounted wood shoe inserts, form of advertising. So speaking of advertising, Brooke, have you thought about getting wooden shoe inserts to advertise a Great Start Shooting School? What a unique way to advertise your one-on-one firearms coaching and education. Every time somebody needs to step out of their shoes and form fit the shoes that they're leaving behind, boom, you got advertising. Sure, it costs a lot of money to buy these things and then have them engraved with their logos and stuff, but in the long run, black drums. Okay. I mean, if I click on it, it'll go up in value. That's a good picture. Somebody's probably like, oh, that one's rough looking. I don't want that one. It's too rough looking. I'm pretty sure the orange ones were the early ones, and then they got in trouble and had to make them all black again. So we got these lutes and harps. Again, if you're advertising Great Start Shooting School, nothing like a quartet of harps and lutes. You got GJ, he could probably play these. Some kind of a harp jingle. I feel like you could just take some wood and make a harp. It's just a bunch of strings with some tacks. $30. There's some more of them Simpson things up at $80. You got yourself a Bart. You got yourself what's his face's mom. You got some people playing sports. Another Bart with a hard hat. You got that guy from the comic book store. Oh no, that's the guy from the surplus store. That'd be a cool one. You got that doctor, and then you got Grandpa and Apu. Nice. $85. It just got another bid. There goes the harps. Get with Charlie to do a gungram with the harp. There you go. Strum, 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 shoot. Strum, strum, shoot. I think there's probably some way to make that catchy. $60. Somebody's handmade knife. Some little digital items to sell. What is that all about? Oh, let's see. Which one's a good looking knife? Dang it, I missed the knife that we're talking about. I looked at this knife. This one ain't bad. It's kind of simple. I like it. Got a Glock 17, $400. Its serial number is BUNK Bunk 759. I'm not even kidding. That's the serial number. Bunk 759. BUNK 759. So if you know somebody named Bunk, this is basically made for them. How do you get out of here? I've never seen a serial number called Bunk before. Oh, we're an hour and a half in. Let's see. Definitely wait until the orange one goes, and then I guess we'll see what happens with these others. I should have probably made something to eat or something because I'm hungry sitting here. What is this? I guess these are postcards or something. They've had postcards before. That makes me wonder if. See what this says? Sally Rand's Nude Ranch, and it has dude crossed out, and it says nude. It's essentially pornography. I wonder if it's the same person or if other people. I guess more than one person might collect postcards. But just like I keep bringing my bayonets in, well, I'm not the only person bringing bayonets in. But I'm wondering if other people go, oh, that worked out really well. I'm going to bring in the rest of my collection or more of my collection. Oh, snap. A stone, brass, and acrylic phone table. So back in the olden days, we would have special tables to put our phones on. So there you go. And you have to leave your phone on the ground like a savage or put it up into a cabinet. Like a snooty person, you could just have a table, put it right on the table. Oh, snap, these things are cool. $65, huh? I used to have a bunch of these. So these are what they would put on the railroad crossings, I guess. Somebody would come along at night and light them, and then they would just be lit all day or all night long. Then they come back in the morning and turn them off, from what I was told. Pretty neat. The glass on them is really thick. Small bite-sized digital safety courses that I can do online. Pre-recorded safety rules explained for people who don't know guns at all or for those that are new to them. Oh, now I get what you're saying. That's pretty cool. And then do delivery like through a store or something. Uh-oh, charm bracelet. I didn't see that before. Let's see what they got. Oh, these are these kind of charms. Top Club San Antonio. Top Club San Francisco, 1990. Money Top Club Disney's Top Club San Diego. I don't know what this is. Let's find out what this is. Money of New York. Sterling silver charm bracelet with 18 sterling silver charms. Each charm is marked with different events for the Money Top Club. All charms are marked Stir, and bracelet is marked Sterling. Some marked Marriott. I don't know what that is. I still don't know what that is, but it's $80. Oh, what's all of this is about? Some kind of box that's lifted up in the air? Oh, I guess this is for putting your fancy stuff in. Get that and put some bullet collection in there. I'll put my fine bullet collection, my fine bullet trees in there. Let's see, incomplete mercury dime set. Nothing about coins, so I'll leave that one. Is the red Bayo in decent shape? No, not at all. I'm not aware of that being a thing. These are definitely used, and let's take a look at it some more. So you can tell by looking in the picture here where it has like black and silver. The silver is where the paint is worn away. It's definitely in used condition. And the bayonet or the scabbard itself is scuffed up quite a bit. And the handle is scuffed. And the, what do you call it, the frog is scuffed. And they're all scuffed in such a way that it looks like they've been in a box the whole time. Because if you'll notice, the inside of the bayonet loop is not worn at all. So these more than likely were just in boxes forever and ever and ever, being tossed around or shipped around. You can see that they're almost never removed from the scabbards. So all of this wear that's on here is from them clunking around on each other. So all the wear is on the edges and on the high points, and then it's literally worn the paint away. So more than likely, these things were like shipped all around or something, or like, you know, kept with the guns or something or something. So they've got this wear like if they've been there and done that, except for in the frogs. And the frog is worn, so it doesn't make any sense. Like, you know, it's worn like if it's done stuff, but it hasn't. It's never been on a belt before. So yeah, they're unique for sure. Now you can also tell by the strap there that it's on and it's tightened down. And I didn't do that. And it's been like that forever. So that tells me that more than likely they didn't want it getting caught up all over the place. So either somebody had that and maybe they had it with their gear. Maybe this is the indication of what it looks like when it's been put in your gear for a long time and just like, you know, in a backpack or something. And that's possible because they would have never used the thing. Nobody ever did. And so anyway, this is the only two I've ever seen. So I don't have any others to offer for comparison, but both of mine are in the same condition. And well, it's the strap that makes me think somebody picked this up and fiddled with it. Because out of the factory, they don't look like that. Out of the factory, they're super loose. So the tension on that strap makes me think that somebody probably was in possession of this, like they issued it to them. And I think there's a serial number there. You can just barely see the 38. So there's a serial number in there. It's possible that this was issued to somebody, and then maybe all this wear is just from it sitting in the pocket of their backpack or something. And that's kind of what the wear looks like. Like it's been definitely been around the block. I'm saying it's because they knocked into each other, but maybe it was like in an outside pouch or something, but not attached to the scabbard, you know, not attached to the belt loop, I should say. So anyway, so they've definitely been around for a while, and I really think because of the strap that it was given to some person, and they were like, "I'm going to tighten this up," and they just never untightened it, and it's always been tight since then. Unless for some reason somebody decided to just sit there and tighten a bunch of bayonets in a box, because they didn't do that from the factory. But like I said, I've only ever seen the two, so I can't imagine that there are a lot of clean ones out there. Now, I guess we could go out and type in something like, well, actually, I don't have to type in nothing. I can just go to the bayonet. Maybe I can, maybe I can't. Okay, maybe I can't. So I'm going to go to, oh, you know where I can go? I can go to here, and I can go to here. How much time do we got? Oh, we got a minute or two. I can go to here, and I can go to here. I don't need to go to there. And then I can go in here to forums, and then we can go down to this new forum that exists, and we can go check out on the new forum, Germany, and then We can look for hangers, unusual. Is there going to be an orange or a red? KM87. The Icorn. I never had one of them. That's not really one though. Trainer. East German collection. So here's a couple of red ones. Now that red one is in the same shape as mine, and this red one is in nice clean shape. So there is that's kind of how mine are. Is that my picture? No, but that's how mine are. I have one with a really long strap, which is not for sale right now, and then that one, which has the shorter strap. This one has a new frog on it. See how that frog is brand new? That doesn't match up with the wear on the rest of it. Anyhow, that's one picture. How much time we got? A little bit more time still. Oh, here's one, type 2 orange. Oh, look how clean that is. Scored this each German type 2, not a scratch on it. Made in Germany, Sturm. Look at that. Completely brand new, made in Germany. Never seen one like that before. So this one was from a dude from 2016, and it looks like he's in New Jersey. This will definitely be the favorite Bayonet I own. Nice one, lighter color than I'm used to seeing. They're definitely not as common, and that's this dude who knows a lot what he's saying about. Here's Martin saying, I still have one from Barrel's collection for sale. So he had an orange one for sale back then. And then it says, this one, scabbard and orange grip variation has already been discussed. This guy's kind of one of them kind of people. Relisting it, here's it only the earliest had orange grips and a release catch and a flat top. Later versions had an oval release catch and a round top. So, let's go find out if I have an early or a late one. I didn't even know there was a difference. Maybe I should have kept these things. Shit. So I have the oval, this type. So this is the orange, let's see, the earliest with a catch release plate with a flat top. So this is an early orange one, FYI. So this is an early one, according to, this isn't my best friend or nothing, but this guy knows what he's talking about, and he has a lot of bayonets. He has more nice bayonets than me. He might have more bayonets than me now, but he never had more bayonets than me, I don't think. His bayonets are all fancy. But he knows more about stuff than I do, and he's saying that's an early one. So I'm getting rid of my early one, it looks like. Dang it. Wait a minute, is it? I feel like it is, but maybe it isn't. Maybe it isn't. Let's take another look. Let's zoom in. Come on. Open, and zoom. It's not letting me zoom. All right, I'm taking that back. I have a later one. That's the later one. The early one is the square, so it's a later one. Very nice. So I have a later of the two. It says later versions have an oval. All of the last production had the round catch release. Oh, and that's the black ones. So this is the same as the black ones. It's not an early one. I'll have to go look at my other now and see if it's an early one. I never knew. So that's one of those things where it's difficult for me to write the dang buyer's guide because I keep finding out little details like that, and I go, oh, well, that's important. I should put that in the buyer's guide, and then I don't because I want to try to keep the buyer's guide minimalist. So it's up to 65. That's going to suck if it stays at 65. It's got 10 bids, and there's a couple of people bidding on it right now. I guess there's 4 or 5 people bidding on it. Whether or not those people will bring it up past $70 is, if I had nails, I'd be biting them. There goes Brooke, she's leaving. I have a Yugo bail that looks like it was used as a hammer. A lot of the Yugos are beat up because they cost us like nothing. Very, very inexpensive bayonets for a long time. So if I was going to destroy anything, after the Germans were gone, it was going to be a Yugo. And for a while, you couldn't get Yugos, and then they were everywhere. Holy moly, this thing's going to go for $70. How can there be that many people fighting over it, and it's still, okay, good, 75. Let's see if it gets some bids. This one was scary because this is not one I would have necessarily put up at auction. Same as the G36. I probably could have just sold that straight to somebody, but I didn't know what to charge for them, and I figured I'd try it at auction. But definitely scary seeing a red one sit at 80 bucks. I'm sure I paid more than 80 bucks for them because these are never obtainable. So I think last time I had something go that was pretty cheap, and that was a little frustrating, but it's an auction. You can't do nothing about it when it's an auction. So it's going up to 100. It's at 100 now, 105. So $5 increments. They're hitting pretty rapidly. Let's see how many people are still in the bidding for this thing. 1, 2, 3 from 32. So there's still 4 people fighting over it, which is good. So now it's at 120. Feeling better, feeling better. What did the other ones go for, though? So again, these are setting precedent. I don't know how many of these red ones go. And they may go on eBay. I don't know about that. Let's go find out. I don't know if I should go find out or not right now. I guess I don't need to look for this. So I'm going to say German Bayonet and see what happens. It's sold. Yeah, it's all these other weird rifle bayonets. Do I have it by price? How about price instead of ending recently? Jump back and see how it's doing. It's at 120 with 24 seconds. Oh shit. It's about to go for 120 bucks. 125, that gave it a minute. I'm looking again over on eBay to see if there's anything similar over here. And nothing. These are all a bunch of weird bayonets. eBay's really weird with bayonets. Some of them, they're up there, and some of them they aren't. Wow, these are all $400 bayonets. When I scroll way down into the 300, wow, German bayonets are worth a fortune. I should go find out if I have any German bayonets. Wow, still at $300 bayonets. No wonder I'm not finding anything AK. Let's go back and see how it's doing. 130 with 30 seconds left. 20 bids. 1, 2, 3. I guess it's really just 3 people in the bidding now. 3 people for an orange late model of the early models of the bayonets. This guy didn't say how much he paid for it. Oh shit, it's about to go for 130. 6 seconds, 2 seconds. That one went for 130. I don't know how I feel about that one. So it's definitely helping me get to shot, so thanks for that. But yeah, it's always frustrating watching bids go. So I don't see it on this at all. Let's scroll way down until we get to the less than 400. So I don't know if anybody got that one or who got that one, if anybody's in here that got that one. Let's see, so I'm just keep scrolling down. Oh man, I'm not used to getting to a second page on YouTube stuff, on eBay stuff. I'm gonna scroll way down again. Way down, way down, way down. That is an M7, a German-made M7. I didn't know that was a thing. All right, well, I guess there's a lot of German bayonets, that's for sure. Well, that's pretty interesting. So now let's see. The next thing will be that last German type 1. It's at 25 right now. Yeah, there's another. Oh, it's an Icorn. So and that's why I never had one. That one's $200 now. Right on. I hear that. Well, appreciate it. At least you got the parts. Those parts fairly very inexpensively. I think less than I paid for them. Probably about what I paid for them. I think I paid 10 something each, maybe 15 or something like that. They're kind of unique, so I didn't know what to pay for them. I got a little while till that bayonet comes up. I'm gonna keep looking on eBay, see if I can find any comparables. What time is it? It's about 8. This is a long auction. People that are watching and haven't watched Pot of Gold before, sometimes their auctions are more like 200 something. This one is 300 and plus. Almost. This one is 400 auctions or lots today. So this is almost twice as big, twice as long as some of them. Now it might be because next week they don't have one, and I don't know if that's because they're going to SHOT Show or not. I hope it was. Steve is taking off. Right on. Thanks for joining. And yeah, keep in touch with the ammo. I'll definitely be getting that out sooner than later. I'm trying to write a book right now, a guide for AK bayonet collecting, and it's doing two things. It's getting the bayonet collecting guide built, which I think is useful because it's tough to keep track of all these bayonets. So I'm putting that together, but it's also teaching me how to build a buyer's guide. And my goal then is to do other buyer's guides for other things. And unless otherwise directed, I'm probably going to do ammo next. Even though it's a massive task, I'm at least going to make a simple buyer's guide next. And that means I get to, if it works, I get to jump in and play with some of my ammo collection. I'm really looking forward to it. The last time I went in and moved it out of my one cabinet onto these shelves, just because I wanted to not go insane and spend some time playing with my ammo collection months and months ago. I did that, and I discovered that I had been going to gun shows for a while and just kept throwing ammo in there. So, I mean, I'm like a little kid at Christmas. I know I have stuff in there that I don't even know I have. All I did is move it from one pile to another. So I'm really looking forward to going through and like combing through it and seeing what all stuff I bought at gun shows, and then I have to read. I have like a spreadsheet where I keep track of all the different factory dates and stuff. I need to get my bearings on that old spreadsheet, update it, and then start, uh, getting it up to date with what I actually have in the collection. Then I'll be able to start doing something like helping people complete their collections. That would be my goal. I'd like to have a bunch of people with AK or with 7.62 by 39 collections, so that we can then, if somebody buys a box of ammo, and then boom, it helps like 20 people's collections, hopefully. So again, thanks to Brooke for joining us tonight. Thanks for Steve. Thanks again to Mr. Bill for winning one of the auctions. Very cool. Thank you. Woods, thank you to him for jumping in, throwing links out there. I don't know who else I'm missing. 223 is out there, maybe. All right, so we got a little while for this next bayonet to show up. I'm going to jump back over to the eBay and look for more bayonets over there. Still haven't found one, so I guess AK bayonets aren't up to the 163 level. And I can't tell 6 different German bayonets from each other, but it looks like most of them are worth more than 150 bucks. That's crazy. That is crazy. I used to wail on so many of these bayonets back in the day, like because they look like swords and I could buy them for $5. So I'd go to the gun show and buy them and then just wail on them and then break them and then go get another one and wail on it and break it. So a bunch of people out there would technically hate me because of how many bayonets I've wailed on and destroyed. But you know what? It wasn't in war. It was simply to have fun wailing on trees that probably were mean to me. I still haven't found an AK bayonet. Now, here's the other thing. You're not really supposed to have AK bayonets on YouTube or on eBay, I guess. So there might not be any over here. I'm going to jump back and see if anything's going on with that bayonet yet. Nope. 18 pounds of 45 Colt. Coming up 17 pounds of 45 ACP. And then you got 30 pounds of 45 ACP. There's that bayonet. It's at 35. Was it at 25 before? So somebody might be bidding on it. So we're going back down here, still looking at all these. What are these things? K98 bayonets? Yeah, K98 bouncer. Why are those bayonets so expensive? That's crazy. Still haven't found an actual AK bayonet. All right, I guess I'm just gonna skip 2 pages this time. Assume that, see, this doesn't make any sense because now we're at 100. There definitely should be $100 AK bayonets. Or there's just no AK bayonets over here. I guess it's possible nobody has any $100 ones. Yeah, we're right at $100 at this point. That makes no sense. Oh, there's one. A German first model sold for $94 with scabbard. So somebody got a deal. What did mine go for? I don't remember. Oh, this is a later one with the nylon. Somebody might have one of those. Nice. I was looking at eBay. I was just looking at eBay. So I typed for, or searching for German bayonets. And I got down to $98, $94 before I found the first, at least the first one I saw. I guess I could have scrolled past a more expensive one. But it looks like $98 was the most expensive one. Yeah, I don't remember what my AK-47 went for, but this one here is not in great shape, and it's a brand new, well, it's a very new one. And it says first model. Not quite. But $94. I don't think mine went for 94. Let me see if I can refresh this, and will it tell me? Mine went for 65. So this last one, it says it's got 7 minutes. So I guess it can tell that this is 7 minutes down the list. Oh, what is this? AM, FM, radio, record, CD player, turntable. Record. Oh, I see. There's a CD drawer right there. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Roy is saying you can't list bayonets on eBay. You can list bayonets on eBay. You can't list Kalashnikov bayonets on eBay. So if you say AK-47 bayonet, they'll kick you off of eBay. But if you just put a bayonet up there, then you can put it on eBay. So what they did is said East German first model 7.62 by 39 rifle bayonet with scabbard, DDR NVA German. So that's their way of getting, complying with the thing that says don't put AK-47 in the list. All right, so then I'm scrolling down, looking for more. So now, oh wait, I was gonna all the way to the bottom. Go to the next page. See, the problem is these are tiny little pictures, and I'm looking at little straight lines. It's just that I'm used to looking at little tiny pictures of AK bayonets, so I can tell that all these are not AK bayonets, but I don't know what they actually are. So here's one for 59. And that's this last one. That's the one that's going right now. So this one is the last one sold on eBay for 59. Where'd it go? This one sold on January 14th, and that is rough. That's a rough one. It's got no, this is a shitty one, and it's got no numbers anymore. It's all worn off. There's some numbers on the frog that you don't see, or on the insulator that you don't see. This is a rough one. Ooh, that's a super rough one. So that one went for 59. Interesting. Let's go back and take a look at how this guy's going. This guy's still at 35. I don't remember what condition this one's in. Let's take a look. This one is not in great condition, and it's not in destroyed condition. It's in worn condition. Oh, this is one of my first ones. I shouldn't have got rid of this. I originally bought like 12 bayonets, and this is one of them. So I probably shouldn't have sold this one. This one has like sun damage is what it's got, I think. I've had different people say different things. So anyway, the Bakelite on this, you can see some of the linen through it. So, you know, that's a thing. I consider it another layer of interest, but some people would be like, it's worn. It's also got wear on the scabbard, but if you notice, there's no wear on the belt loop. So this, again, was probably just carried around with somebody or set in a big box of bayonets and shipped all around the world a bunch of times. So this one, the bayonet blade is all nice and clean, so it hasn't been pulled out from the scabbard. But when they look worn like this, you know, they've been around the block. They just haven't ever been used doing anything. So this one's not in great condition, but it's not in destroyed condition. It's just in like worn condition. Definitely better off condition than that last one I looked at over here. As you can tell, this one, where those pictures go, you know, has just had a lot more like out in the weather, kind of beaten up. It's been pulled in and out of its scabbard quite a few more times, and the blade is all used. It's like scratched up. Somebody probably tried to cut through metal or something with it, it looks like. So those blades are super strong, hard, but they're not diamond. You know, you can still scratch them, but you got to scratch them with like a nail or something. You got to really be jamming on them to scratch them. So it's at 45 now with 3 minutes left. See how that one goes. Mahogany boxes for, oh, those are for coins. And then the next auction is the SKS stock that's coming up in a bit. So I don't know what the most appealing thing, when I put the stock, the bayonet, and the chest bandolier thing together, I don't know which one of those is going to be the most interesting for people. But I figure if you got like an SKS that's been bubbed, you could put it back to normal with that a little bit. I'm going to keep looking at German bayonets over here just because now I'm super curious. Wow, this one went for 69. Now you can get German bayonets that are perfect, that have never been touched. Because like I say, you can buy stuff that's in the package. I've seen German bayonets still in the package. And this is what a bayonet looks like when nobody's used it at all. So that's a $69 one. Is this in Iowa? No, that one's in California. You can tell if they're from Iowa, you know, they're from what's his face, usually. So these look like they're consistently going for $50+. Where's this one at? This one's at 45. So you're getting this one at a fairly good deal at 45. See how much that one goes for, ends up going for. So it looks like there were 3 or 4 of those recently on eBay. So those are not the most rare bayonets either. The standard, this is actually an AKM type 1. They have it labeled correctly. The other 2 they had labeled as AK-74s, which they're really AKM type 2s, but I don't think anybody cares. Still at 45 with a minute left. So I'm looking at 2, 3, maybe $400 worth of stuff at this point. Having sold it, you know, then they get a commission, and then I don't know if there's taxes or not, but you know, there'll be some stuff missing from that. But that's helping a lot. That's a big chunk of the dogs. I still got a little bit more to pay for the dogs here. I guess we'll see how much this last stuff goes for. Certainly hoping this get to SHOT Show. Signed celebrity photos. Let's look at that real quick. Real quick, like. Let's just see what this is real quick, like. Blues festivals. Kennedy. Interesting. Getting stuff signed at a blues festival. That's pretty cool. 21 seconds at $45. Mr. Bill is saying that eBay also banned the Russian sellers. Oh, really? They have a Russian eBay. They probably told them to go to the Russian eBay. But there were, well, I mean, I don't know. It depends on the years. I collected for a lot of years, and I still kind of look over there once in a while, not often. But there's definitely been cheats. You can go to Russia, or I mean not Russia, but you can go to eBay and get stuff from all around the world that's a super cheap. So it just sold for 45. Thank you to whoever grabbed that. I think you got a pretty good deal. Not the cleanest bayonet in the world, but certainly better than one of those ones that sold for 59 over on eBay. These super cool TMNT ripoffs are going to go pretty quick for $25, it looks like. I've been thinking about selling a bunch of my comics when I get back from SHOT Show. I was digging through them on Foss's show the other day, so I'll probably be putting those on eBay when we get back. Oh, I didn't see. Oh no, wait, did I see this? Horns and carvings. That's an interesting mix. Oh man, this is an interesting mix. Very cool. That's pretty neat. Pretty cool. Yeah, you bet. Thank you for bidding. So if you want, gun websites at gmail.com. Let me know where I can send stuff, and I'll send you some extra stuff for bidding on that stuff. Thanks for bidding. I've got some 3D printed bayonets. I could send you a couple of those. I forget which ones. I'll go figure out. What did you get? You got the G36. I've got one it's not quite a G36. It doesn't have the oversized loop, but I've got one that's the same style as a G36. I can send you a 3D printed one of those. Or if you got a 3D printer, I'll send you the file. This is a pretty nice skull. For some reason, I feel like that's a horse skull, though. Doesn't that look like a horse skull with horns on it? Am I crazy? I feel like that's a horse skull. It's the longest nosed cow I've ever seen. I don't need to spend money, but I would be interested in thumbing through what all comics are in there. Oh, it tells you right here, duh. Oh, snap. They got a Donatello micro series. Well, guess what? That's worth money right there. I wonder if anybody ever is buying this. Oh, man. They didn't take a picture of the TMNT. That's those micro series. If it's the thing I'm thinking of, those are old. So they got pre-Dirty Jean Kung Fu Kangaroos and Alf Trek instead of Sark. Oh man, $35. Okay, yeah, then I'll send you some of the printed ones, and then I haven't painted them yet because I just haven't had time or whatever. But I'm thinking they'll look cool to paint the little 3D printed ones, like set them on a desk or something. Because bayonets are awesome, but they're big and heavy, and they knock things over if they fall over. But little 3D printed ones, they're like 6 inches long or something. I didn't make them very long, so they're something you can just fiddle with. So it looks like the SKS bayonet and stuff hasn't been bid on in a while, so I don't know if that'll get any more bids. That'll be kind of frustrating if the stock thing and bayonet all go for $50, but I don't think they're going to go for any more than that since nobody's over here bidding right now. There wasn't any SKSs in this one. I guess if there would have been a couple of SKSs in this auction, that probably would have been a little bit more ideal. Oh, dang, I'm sitting here letting my coffee get cold. I forgot I had warm coffee over here. Oh, snap, a banjo for $45. What's a tenor banjo? What does that mean? Dang, $45. I'd be playing banjo if I had that thing. Beginning of the Daily Gun Show could be like, or whatever. Come on, SKS people. Where's those SKS people at? You want a freaking awesome stock and whatever, this cool bandolier thingy. Dang, I kind of thought that would go higher. I guess I had no idea what that would go for. Look, it has Chinese writing on it. It has to be worth something. So here's the story of that thing. I was over minding my business, working at Microsoft. And we were like, hey, you know what? Look what I found on Shotgun News one time. We found this lady. Well, we didn't know she was a lady. We found this person that was selling SKS stuff here in Tucson. So we go, I'm pretty sure we were working at Microsoft. We go, hey, can we drive over there and pick up stuff on lunch so that we don't have to wait for shipping? And she's like, no, I don't think that's a good idea. So we kept bugging her and we're like, we're going to buy a lot of stuff. We're going to buy a lot of stuff. And then she's like, okay, well, you come over. We go over there and it's just her house. It's just some lady's house. And she's this, I want to say little old lady because I don't remember anymore. I'm just going to say little old lady. She might not be old, but she was a little lady. And she had the coolest kitchen in the world because she would open up a cabinet and it'd be full of SKS bandoliers. She'd open up a drawer and it's full of SKS bayonets. She'd open up another cabinet and it's the SKS stocks. It was awesome. So she was running a store selling Chinese SKS stuff, and she just had it all in her house, in her kitchen, in all the drawers. So I don't know what was going on, but it was one of the coolest experiences we had. I'm almost positive that chest rig is from that lady's house. The the stock isn't. The stock I got at a gun shop one time because they just had it laying there, and I'm not going to leave something like that lay there. And then the bayonet I bought off of eBay or something like a million years ago, and I bought a lot of bayonets. I don't know how many bayonets you've bought at one time, but I bought more SKS bayonets at one time than you. I can't remember. It might have been like 25 bayonets or something for like $15 or something crazy. It was not expensive. I was going to do something with them and I never did. So I still have like a bunch of AK or SKS spikes. And I've also thrown a bunch of SKS spikes around because they didn't cost me like 50 cents or something. But looks like that set is going to go for $55. I have no idea what that's worth. So let me know if you're an SKS person, if that was a good deal or not. Who got the good deal there? Did somebody else get the good deal or did I get the good deal? I feel like, I mean, I definitely didn't pay anywhere near $55 for that stuff, but I don't know what it's worth right now. That's the thing. The last thing I think I got up here is that taser. Oh, yeah. The taser is the last thing. I had no idea people would want to buy this taser, but evidently 21 people have bid on this taser 21 times at least. And it looks like there's only the one person in here bidding on it tonight, so it may not go up anymore. I guess we're about to find out. There's nothing else left. There's this steamer trunk, which is pretty awesome, and I don't know why it didn't sell because it's super cool looking. Oh yeah, look at that. That's super cool. And it's legit old, so I don't know why anybody's not buying that, but they're not. Did this just get another bid? No. So it's at 125 with a minute left. We're almost at the end of this whole thing. Oh, there's that banjo up to 120. So I guess I'm not playing no banjo. I have a what's that thing called? I have a tiny guitar that's like a lute maybe or something like that. Holy crap, that banjo's going crazy now. It's because I played such good banjo music. It lured people into buying that banjo. This is all DJ. And he doesn't remember, but he's got two phones and he'll bid on it. And then he'll look at his other phone and go, dang, I got outbid. And then he'll bid on it and he'll look at his other phone and go, dang, I got outbid. And then he'll bid on it and he'll look at his other phone and go, oh, dang, I got outbid. That's just DJ right now bidding against himself. So this PSAK, $660. Why isn't it going for more money than that? Sure, it's got a Magpul grip on it. Nobody likes those, but come on. Looks like my taser is about to end at 4 seconds. 2 seconds, 1 second. There goes the taser. So, what did we get tonight? What did we end up with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It depends on the cut, the whatever, but we may have just put the dogs up in prison tonight. So thank you very much for putting my dogs up in prison. They hate it. They're not happy. But that was a big chunk of trying to get to SHOT Show. And it's not easy to have, hundreds and hundreds of dollars laying around to put your dogs up in jail. All right, well, that is the end of my stuff. I'm looking to see if there's anything else super interesting. Some kind of ring with malachite in it. Malachite's one of the coolest rocks. You got another shotgun for $125. You got this hutch. Hutches always go for nothing. So if you want to buy furniture, you probably want to start buying that from Pot of Gold because it doesn't seem like furniture goes for a ton. And it's probably because of the shipping or whatever. You don't get the thing to wherever it's going. So you got a truck. Maybe the thing is to buy furniture and move it around. I don't know. All right. Well, with that, I think we're ending it. Thanks for everybody who bid. What is this? Right about 2 hours. So we'll be going live tonight talking about the issues with the dogs and how one of them is bad and the other one is not as bad, but is also bad sometimes, and about how much money they're going to cost. All of this money tonight, essentially, going down the drain to these dogs. So all of that stuff that got sold is just so that these dogs can be in jail. How messed up is that? All right. Well, with that, thanks everybody for bidding. My dogs would not be in jail, which means I wouldn't be able to go anywhere. So thanks for that. And we'll now watch this banjo just keep making money.
GearWebsites.com is your source for firearms-based playing cards and books. We also have mugs, shirts, and posters with designs that we've made live. Of course, we have patches. Every Friday is Free Patch Friday. We appreciate your support. Thank you for shopping at GearWebsites.com.
Yep. Have a good night, everybody. Or we'll see you later on tonight if you're there. Otherwise, Night Strike is live, and I think that's it.